Celebrity chef Emerald's daughters share their gluten-free recipes. The guys take on the dreaded ex-convo and cool new ways to decorate pumpkins for Halloween. Well, hello there. Welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Rachel Kay. Let's get started here. If you had a magic wand and could work for any company, which one would top your list? Well, according to LinkedIn, here are the top 5. Number 1, Google, of course. 2, Apple, followed by Microsoft, and number 4, Facebook, and 5, Unilever. Other interesting insights noted by LinkedIn here. Tech is hot.
Sure.
Software was the most popular industry on the list, and a strong consumer brand really helps, but isn't essential. Consumer powerhouses like PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, Nike, and Disney ranked high, but so did leading professional service firms like Deloitte. And bigger isn't always better. Popular global brands scored high on the list, but 50% of the top 100 staff fewer than 7,000 employees. So, where are these companies located? The companies exist mostly in San Francisco, New York, and Chicago.
3 of the most expensive cities to live in as well. Do babies ruin friendships? It can happen, especially if you don't have a child of your own to bring for those play dates. There are a few common scenarios that play out when your friends start having kids before you do. Problem number 1, jealousy. Either one friend wants to have a baby and the other one has one, or the new parents wish they could go back to the child-free lifestyle. The solution, like any relationship, you need to put in the effort and must be supportive either way. Here's the next problem: lack of non-baby related convo. When some people have kids, that is all they can talk about. Here's the solution: let your friend know you like hearing about their children, but you want to talk about other things as well. They probably don't even realize they're doing it.
Friendly reminder.
Yeah, and another problem, timing. Your friend can't go to events or dinner unless they have a babysitter. So here's the solution: find a compromise. If you're planning a dinner, meet at 7 instead of 10. Or go for lunch, or if you have to, maybe go to a kid-friendly place and make it a huge get-together. Yeah.
And then you get to see the kid and say how cute and all that good stuff, right?
That's right.
Well, you've heard
of the 2 single girls, right, with no kids.
Exactly. You've heard of yuppies and dinks. That's double income, no kids. Well, get ready for the new group called Sitcoms, not the TV show. It's called Single in 20s, Clinging On to Memories. Translation: it's the latest category for singletons who can't find the one because they can't get over an ex. And we're going to talk about exes a little later. But 41% of women and 33% of men said online dates do not live up to their previous lover. 38% of men and 31% of women said sexual compatibility was the main reason they couldn't find the one. And 37% of men and 24% of women blame work commitments and their climb up that corporate ladder for sidelining their search for the one. And both men and women prefer to be set up by friends, but about 30% admitted they didn't have enough friends to set them up on a date.
And that's a lot of pressure too from friends to try and make sure they find the right match for you, because if it works, great, but if it goes south,
awkward.
Oh boy, that could mean the end of a friendship too.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, and I think you have to give yourself enough time to get over someone. They say at least a couple of months or half the time that you're together to let your heart mend.
Yeah, you need to do that. The grieving period.
Definitely.
All that.
Want the perfect way to pull together an outfit every single time? With fall in full swing, the jacket is the key for every shape. If you want to slim your middle, wear a boxy jacket. The straight cut hides the muffin top, and slim sleeves enhance a lean silhouette. A fitted blazer is perfect for any shape. Pick a single button style that hits a couple of inches below the hip and is fitted through your waistline. P.S. Make sure you can button it. And to add or show off some curves, go peplum. It's super fitted through the waist and shows off the hips. It'll make or fake a bombshell out of anyone. And if you want to hide your hips, go military. A military jacket with shoulder detail keeps the attention up top and away from your bottom line.
Well, shopping for healthy foods can be a chore, but here are some foods you think might be healthy options, but in reality, you should steer your cart clear of. We're talking about pre-sliced packaged fruit. Slicing ahead of time actually raises the potential for nutrient loss after being exposed to the oxygen in the air, and the pre-packaged stuff tends to actually be more expensive. Iceberg lettuce, it's one of the most popular vegetables, but it's also one of the least nutritious. In general, the darker the leafy green, the bigger the nutritional bang. Fruit on the bottom bottom yogurt. Beware, they are loaded with sugars, syrups, flavorings, and artificial ingredients. And liquid egg whites, that's also popular, but it lacks the vital nutrients in a regular egg, including vitamin D and the brain-boosting compound choline. And vanilla soy milk, it's loaded with sugar. The best choices are unsweetened and fortified with calcium and vitamins.
Imagine your father is a famous chef and you can no longer eat his Creole cooking because of a gluten allergy. That's what happened to Emeril Lagasse's daughters, Jessie and Jilly Lagasse, who are joining us now. Hey, you two.
Hey.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
So you took matters into your own hands and wrote the Gluten-Free Table Cookbook. What kind of recipes can we find? Are there Southern classics like cornbread in there? Give us the dish.
Speaking of cornbread, honey, check this out. Our jalapeno and cheddar cornbread. It's basically all the food that we grew up having. We obviously grew up spoiled with a good chef in the house. So we wanted to kind of adapt those recipes we grew up with. So there are some Southern food. You're going to find beautiful jambalaya and gumbos, but also, you know, lasagnas the whole family can enjoy, cakes, cookies. Jesse's the cookie master, so we have loads of amazing gluten-free cookies. There's a whole array. Everything that you could want is in this book.
I know a lot of people struggle with having to try and eat gluten-free. Are the recipes easy to follow in the book? And what other foods do you have there that you can show us?
Absolutely. I think they're easy to follow because we're just normal girls that enjoy food. We're from a food family. So a lot of the stuff, Jesse's a mom of two. She doesn't have a lot of time. These are amazing. These are one of Jesse's favorites. These are our Thai turkey meatballs, usually done with regular flour. We've substituted tapioca.
And these are great, if I may add, because for my family, I only have to cook one thing. My kids love these, my husband loves these, so instead of having to make a celiac meal and then a non-celiac meal, I can make one delicious thing that everybody enjoys. It's really, really nice. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
We've also got a delicious spinach and ricotta lasagna, which is another, you know, lasagna is typically filled with gluten. We use these great gluten-free lasagna noodles that you can find pretty commonly now in lots of stores. Delicious. Everybody can share that together. And then this is Jilly's personal favorite.
Who doesn't like carrot cake? Honestly, I love carrot cake. And this is amazing. It's moist. It's got a beautiful, very rich mascarpone frosting. It's really, you're spoiled for choice.
And is there one ingredient that you use a lot as your main alternative to gluten products?
We do. You know, used to have to kind of be covered in different flours, gluten-free flours, to get the right consistency. We actually swear by an all-purpose baking mix. We use that a lot. And also an ingredient called xanthan gum, which is going to kind of make things nice and fluffy, which it kind of acts like the wheat
it binds.
almost. Yeah, it's a binder. So those two things are for us, lifesavers for gluten-free cooking.
Pretty crucial.
Thank you, girls, so much. Jessie and Jilly, their cookbook, The Gluten-Free Table, is available in stores and online now.
Is making me hungry. Well, foodies, listen up. We are talking about your favorite subject, food, and the best places to live if you are a foodie. The Santa Rosa and Napa Valley regions are famous for their wineries and house some of the best wines. Naturally, the food must measure up to the drink. Local artisan cheese shops flourish in Santa Rosa, along with cafes and bistros. Portland has gained increasing recognition for its innovative food scene with diverse restaurants that range from Novo Peruvian to the famously quirky donut shops. Portland is not lacking for unique cuisine. The green-friendly city also has the largest number of vegetarian and vegan options. And then head over to Burlington, Vermont. The food scene there makes local food a huge priority. With a number of farmers markets, foodies have access to the freshest produce and locally raised livestock. The emphasis on local means Burlington's residents get the freshest foods to take home. And if you're looking for some new food ideas to serve up during football season, our Michelle Yarn has a tasty alternative.
Are you tired of wings and beer at every single tailgating party? Then you are going to love this because I have a few really quick, easy recipes to add a feminine touch to your next sports party. Now, this ham, garlic, and chive spread requires no cooking, and you can make it the morning of your party and just keep it refrigerated until kickoff. Just use your leftover ham, and for this one, I use Smithfield Hickory smoked boneless ham. And then you mix that with cream cheese, mustard, and some spices. You can literally have it made and ready to go in less than 5 minutes. Now, who does not love bacon? These are bacon-wrapped artichoke bites with basil mayo. They will definitely make you forget about that usual chips and salsa. The bacon I used is naturally hickory smoked, so it really gives it that extra bit of flavor. And then finally, this Smithfield rosemary and olive oil marinated pork loin, perfect for game day entertaining. Just stick it on the grill or pop it in the oven, whichever's easiest, slice it up and serve. It's so juicy and flavorful. Your guests are gonna think you've spent hours in the kitchen making it. Just make sure you don't overcook it. You wanna cook until it's just pink in the middle to get the absolute best flavor and texture. So there you have it, easy recipes. You'll find these and more at smithfield.com.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. The ex-lover. We get a guy's point of view on what to share when it comes to discussing past boyfriends.
Ooh, and did you skip breakfast this morning? Tips to make time for the most important meal of the day, up next.
But first, forget a room with a view. We're all about a bath with a view, starting with a view of the Taj Mahal from India's 5-star hotel in Taj Eastgate.
Talk about relaxing.
Luxy.
About to get your first mammogram? Don't stress, it's not as bad as you might think. Here's what you can do to make it easier. Make your appointment first thing in the morning, get it out of the way so you don't worry all day. Don't wear deodorant or lotion. It can show up on the films and making it hard for the radiologist to accurately read. Do wear a two-piece outfit. You should be able to remove your top but leave your bottoms on. And although it might feel weird to let a stranger handle your boobs, just remember it's a technician's job.
Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. So you've been sticking to your new eating program and staying true to your food journal.
Yet you curse the scales every morning as the numbers do not change. Here's what's hijacking your waistline, starting with sleep. Sleep deprivation can sabotage your weight loss. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep every night to reduce hunger hormones and boost your body's natural fat burning system. Also, are you drinking too much water? Gulping large glasses of sparkling water dilutes stomach acid and impairs digestion. Drink 8 ounces of water throughout the day. And skipping breakfast.
Breakfast sets your metabolism for the day and gives you energy, which burns fat. A recent study revealed protein keeps you full and focused better than toasted fat-free English muffins. And snacking throughout the day. Remember, every time you nosh, you raise insulin, which stores fat. And your nibbling keeps your insulin levels high and shuts off your internal fat burners. So you also want to avoid overdoing the workout. Ever notice people forever on those ellipticals? Yes. And they don't always look lean or healthy. Well, that's because an hour or more of intense exercise can actually lower testosterone, increase aging, and depress your immune system.
Now that you've been reminded breakfast is the most important meal of the day, here are some tips on how to handle the morning madness and make time for breakfast.
Hi, I'm Regina Rigoni, Food Director for Family Circle, and I'm here to talk about the importance of breakfast. It's actually so important we decided to partner with Kellogg's to bring you some great tips to get your family motivated to eat breakfast in the morning. One of the most important things you could do is to get the foods that your kids love in front of them, but foods that are actually healthy, and we find that cereal is really a great choice. Most kids love them, and if you get a bowl of cereal and put a cup of milk in there, you have a good source of protein, you have fiber, calcium, potassium, and vitamin D. Add some fruit and you're all set to head out the door and have a really great day. Breakfast is huge in getting kids to perform much better in school and to have energy all day. So we really, really want to emphasize how important it is. It's also got to be easy and it's got to be inexpensive. And cereal is also good because it's only about 50 cents a portion. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. If you want to get kids also more involved in the whole breakfast thing, take them to the supermarket with you. Have them pick some, things that they love to eat. There's great choices out there if you want to mix it up. There's all kinds of cereal, there's waffles, there's all different kinds of fruit. So get them involved, have them plan their breakfast, and then when they come home, have them set it up so that they have like a little breakfast bar in the morning so they can get up and serve themselves a breakfast. Another great thing to do is have them get up just 10 minutes earlier. Once you get that routine started, they're going to be a lot better with their energy and really look forward to having breakfast in the morning. So give it a little time, and if you want more information, go to the website loveyourcereal.com, and you'll have lots of great tips and statistics and lots of things to get you motivated to eat breakfast in the morning.
We all reach a point in relationships when we ask, what are we? If the girl brings it up, she's needy, but if it's really better if the guy does. Then Cosmo says, just look for these signs that say he's really into you. He calls to see how your day went. Texts do not count. An actual voice at the end of a random Tuesday on the phone means he's been thinking about you all day. He suggests staying at your place. This means he cares about you and wants to make it easier for you to spend quality time together. He skips guy time to hang with you. If he's willing to face the wrath of his friends to hang out with you, he's willing to do just about anything. He has sex with you totally sober. That's sometimes rare. This is a benchmark guys use to assess the seriousness of a relationship.
Good to know,
right?
Rachel.
It's a good sign. If he does, it means there's an emotional connection,
Excellent.
right?
Okay.
Because he wants to remember it. All right, he grabs your hand first. It shows that he's not only comfortable walking hand in hand, he's also proud to be the one doing it.
Okay, now the kids call this the DTR, determine the relationship
Yes.
conversation,
Yes,
which
the
is
X.
never easy.
No,
Yes.
we
All right.
we talk about, girlfriends talk about
Yeah.
that together, but
Right. All right.
You
Now
know.
we also talk about the ex as well.
yes, we do. We do, and we, sometimes it's not the easiest conversation to have with your new boyfriend, right?
So how do you talk about your ex-boyfriend or your husband with your new beau? Well, we are going straight to our male sources, the experts, Lance Smith and Charles Divins, hosts from our news partner, The Daily Buzz. The pressure is on, guys.
Yes.
We are the
I
experts.
feel so out of place when you lead in like that. I'll try.
Okay, here's the question. How do you talk about the ex, and what's the best way to bring it up? You know, inevitably, you're going to have that combo.
You have to.
It's got to feel natural, I think. You can have it too soon. You can have it way too soon. Because if you have it too soon, I think you're trying to say, I'm instantly going to compare you to this person.
So, like, how soon do you do it then? Like 3
Wait
dates?
as long as you can.
Really?
As long as you can?
As long as you can.
Well, honestly, I mean, ask. I don't think you should offer any information unless you're asked.
Okay.
Unless the
No.
subject comes
Unless
up.
it needs to be said,
Yeah.
then don't say it.
How long do you think you should take a break between relationships now that you bring that up? Because oftentimes that also depends on how deep into the convo you want to get about the ex.
I have once heard you should wait 1 month for every year of the relationship you just got out
Yeah.
of.
1
And that's kind of a good rule of thumb, and it worked for me in my past. I'm married now, so I
But
don't
what
know,
if you
but
don't
I
make
didn't
it
know
a
this
year?
rules, but it's good to know.
I know, right?
Then just a
What
few
if you've
weeks.
been with someone for like 6 months? Then what do you do?
Then I say 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
6 weeks.
I mean,
okay.
a month and a half. If you think about it, if you've been in a relationship for 6 months, month and a half, you're pretty good.
You should be. You should be.
But sometimes love has no timing, you
True.
know? You don't know.
Oh,
Listen to the romantic over
Saying.
here.
Spoken like a poet
it's such-
over
it's such
here.
a nice rule, like it's not cut and dry 1 month, but in reality, it's like if you find that one a day after, then you find that one, right?
But you should be aware that you are jumping into something kind of soon.
yeah.
So, but what do you say? Like, how do you bring it up? Because if you start saying like, oh yeah, that guy I dated, he was a total jerk, and if a girl is saying like negative things about
Yeah,
it,
'cause
that
isn't
can
that
be
a red
bad,
flag?
right?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
I start backing away if I hear that.
Yeah.
So you want to put a positive spin on it.
Because I know you're angry, and then I know that, oh wow, I've not only got to win you over, I've got to compete with the image of whoever this person is in the shadow of. Yeah.
And shake your current perspective on the landscape of men at the moment. right?
Exactly. Yeah. So-
Okay, what about staying friends with the ex? What do you guys think about
This
that?
is a hard one. I mean, it depends on how long
Yeah.
and how far in the past the ex is.
But why? Like, why would you ever want to be friends with an ex?
Well,
you have nothing
I
in
don't.
common anymore.
It depends.
Right,
You
right,
may.
right, you're right.
You may have had a great relationship. It may have just ended amicably, and it was time to move on. And it also depends on your level of comfort with your new relationship.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
if you're both comfortable, you're both secure, and you had a great relationship and you had a lot in common, who knows how long this past relationship lasted? There's reasons for it.
Yeah, I think it's always safe to have that conversation or be friends with the ex if they're
Yeah.
married or dating someone else.
And you got to remember, the person you're in a relationship with comes first. If you see they're obviously uncomfortable with
Right.
it, then maybe that's your cue to.
So it's
Yeah.
better to just give the disclaimer ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Always
Try.
insightful. You can watch
Yes.
Lance and Charles weekday mornings on The Daily Buzz.
Yes, and if you want a fun new way to decorate pumpkins for Halloween without the mess, we have some ideas.
Simple yet crafty ways to dress up your pumpkin decor without the major cleanup. That's next. Well, welcome back to Life Love Shopping. Carving pumpkins is fun for all ages, except the guts and the seeds make a ginormous mess.
Giant mess. So we found some crafty ways to decorate pumpkins that will make them last actually through Halloween. Starting with this really cute one, the ghost pumpkin.
No, it's not Joan Rivers after plastic surgery.
No, it does look a little like that with the googly eyes there. Yes. But all I did was I just bought some gauze from the store. You could use toilet paper in your house and you just wrap it around, and a little haphazardly I just put some tape underneath to secure it. And then I bought the googly eyes from the craft store, and just there you go. You've got a ghoulish pumpkin.
The painted pumpkin, you might want to paint your address, maybe a family name, or words like Boo or Life Love Shopping. Now, if you're feeling creative, you can even paint a ghost or a black cat. You can spray paint them in metallic too for maybe a little classy.
Yeah, we have a picture of that too. Yeah, look at how pretty that is.
That's really pretty. So that's an option for you, and have that pumpkin decor inside your house. You can even make a candy corn pumpkin. Check that out. That is so cute.
And that's so easy. You just put like tape in the middle and spray paint it,
right? White, orange, and yeah, I guess you leave the orange on the pumpkin and just white on top and yellow on the bottom.
Yeah, and then you can even go into your wrapping paper box and you can just tie some ribbon on like I did here. I mean, I literally just cut it and just put some tape, and you just tape them up, and you can have fun and go to the craft store and get some different ribbon like I did here, the spider web and, you know, sparkle and glitter. Everyone loves a little glitter.
Check out the Glamkin.
Yes, the Glamkin. Look at that, how fabulous.
And look, and for people who are not as crafty, a simple ribbon around the pumpkin. That's it. Done. Finished. And you're in the spirit.
Yeah, because and then the best part is, all right, so you do this earlier in the month. You can decorate them like this, and then if you really do want to carve them, you can.
Bingo. And you can roast the seeds, which are spectacular.
So good.
Coming up tomorrow on Life Love Shopping, life has many chapters. An intuitive expert helps teach us how to close one door so we can open another. Plus, from reality TV star to best-selling author and style icon, we chat fashion and beauty with Lauren Conrad and find out her must-have makeup essentials.
She has some good ones. And here at Life Love Shopping, we want to connect with you when we're not on TV. You can stay in touch by liking our Facebook page and follow and tweet us on Twitter at Life Love Shop.
That does it for Life Love Shopping. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm going to leave these out in a sec for Halloween.